Tadachari.
Good evening, council members, city staff, and esteemed mayor. One thing which I was not able to cover during the previous thing is that if we go back and look at the new general plan, there is I was the person who actually requested the red line copy, and I got the answer saying that since the request was made by the council, that the red line copy will be provided. And what has happened is since then is that we do have only a comparison table. We don't have a red line copy, which means that there was no attempt to amend the existing general plan. There was an attempt to actually rewrite the general plan. So I do not think that terminology general plan amendment applies here. And please correct me if I'm wrong. Now the question is that if somebody wants to contest that this is not a complete rewrite, 13 areas have been identified which have something called special plans. I would like to understand, there's one concept which was being talked about during this deliberation, saying that the Vallco is being covered by the general plan, and then there's a question of special plan. So the question is, everything, if it's coming under the umbrella of general plan, why do we have so many special plans? So it looks like we are defeating our own purpose by saying that we have a general plan amendment, and then we have the special plans, and the special plans, many of the things are already covered by general plan, so we don't need the special plan. It's kind of confusing. It will be helpful if the public is made to understand why we have this new special process. That is pretty much to sum up the whole thing. We do require a deadline document as close as possible to what is the methodology used to amend the general plan, because it looks like the old general plan was not broken, but it was fixed. If it was fixed, in what way was it fixed? Thank you.
Thank you. And that closes oral communication.
I do have a question for RT, for the staff.
Okay.
On the Vallco situation, my understanding there's a height limit on Vallco. Why they keep coming back to say there's no height limit? That's kind of confused me. My recollection, there's always have a height limit.
Under the general plan, the height limit is to be established within the specific plan.
Under the general plan, after the approval of December 4th?
Yes.
So that means we really changed it substantially on the general plan amendment, not just cleaning up then.
No. On that
December,
issue, yeah, on that issue, there was significant change.
Okay, so on that issue, then in that case, I already say that I will rescind my vote. But what the process? How can we bring it back?
You have to re-amend the general plan.
I mean, this is way beyond what I thought, because I mean that night was 2:30, and I thought it was just clean up the language. Now you're talking about serious, because I always have an impression that Vallco has a high limit, and then I keep hearing that there's no high limit at all tonight, so that bothers me a lot. But if you confirm that because we changed on December 4 to the clean
I
up
just want
language.
to state that this was not a staff recommendation. It was a council decision to say, let the developer bring the Vallco plan, go through a community process, and ultimately the council will decide what the heights are in the specific plan. So it was not a staff recommendation. It was a council decision.
we did not, under that, we still did not change it yet.
But there is
current law is current law, right? Current restriction is.
Well, we haven't changed zoning. We haven't entitled anything.
Right.
All we've done is said, go away, come and do a project, come up with a project, and then come back to council after a lot of community input.
Okay, so the new, so that means the all high limit is still there.
For now, yeah.
For now, right? That's my understanding. No,
nobody can do.
No, your understanding is
right.
Is
the old height
say no.
So
let's just say Vallco goes away for some reason, you know, it goes back to its status quo. The status quo is the rule until council adopts a specific plan with a different height.
There's two parts to the general plan amendment in December. Everybody's talking about, we talked about A and B, Part B.
Right.
So the council specifically addressed Vallco and the Hamptons, because in order to adopt the housing element, you had to do the general plan. So there was real specific action on those two.
Right.
And then everybody here now is talking about, it's the other things that were, quote, cleanup,
Right.
that the community is talking about. It was very specific that the council was specifically and consciously addressing Vallco and Hamptons because of the need to do that in order to do the housing element conformity.
Right. We say, Vallco, you have to bring back the specific plan.
Right.
Right. But then the current, if say Sand Hill go away and then they don't develop, then you
what-
go back to the old.
Right,
what's there
correct,
now, yeah.
correct.
But then Artie's just mentioned about because they cleaned up in December 4, that the high limits is.
No, that's
gone.
B, that's Part B. Part B, the height limits weren't changed in B, correct?
No, doesn't involve heights at all.
Right, right.
Basically, the general plan doesn't give any entitlement to Vallco, heights or otherwise. It says that you need a specific plan in order to decide what the
No,
heights are.
the council decision on December 4 is, this is only for Sand Hill on Vallco at this time.
Right.
And if Sand Hill cannot get it done in 3 years, even Sand Hill
Right.
themselves loses that
Right,
opportunity.
and we would bring back a general plan amendment to take out the office allocation and bring back the old heights. Yes.
But you already changed it already.
Well, no,
That you already changed it, so you
No.
bring it back, that means you
No,
already
we-
changed it, you want to
we-
bring it back.
No,
remember, the council allocated up to
2 million.
2 million square feet of office.
Right.
So in 3 years, I mean, you don't want it hanging out there that somebody else comes in and asks for 2 million square feet of office. So we bring that back and say, get rid of the allocation, or if council wants to reallocate it somewhere else. We wouldn't automatically keep it on the site.
Yeah, and there's no entitlement to build anything of any height,
No.
other than retail to the existing height, I guess, right? In theory, but that would...
Well, not even.
Not even that,
They can keep the
because-
existing buildings, but if they want to rebuild, they need council approval of a specific plan.
And if they want to rezone anything,
They need council
they,
approval.
and they need, so
No.
they're, and we've said they have to do a specific plan.
Right.
Right.
No, we say that the specific plan is only for Sand Hill for 3 years. So there's two criteria, my understanding, unless I'm wrong. In 3 years, if Sand Hill cannot do it, gone, the opportunity is gone. Number one. Number two, less than 3 years, if Sand Hill say I'm not going to do it, it's gone. If Sand Hill say, well, I'll sell it to ABC. ABC come in and say, we will take over. No, that's not my understanding. My understanding is for Sand Hill, you do it in 3 years.
Yeah, I don't think legally,
That's-
I think it's not limited to Sand Hill as an entity. I don't think legally we can do that. It is limited for 3 years. So there's a 3-year window to entitle it with a specific plan. It technically could be somebody else other than Sand Hill, but because we can't legally say these land use rights in there to a particular person or company, we can't legally do that.
But if we did not abolish the high limit, then does any new one come in, any new developer come in, they have to subject to that.
They're subject to whatever Sand Hill was subject to
Up to 3 years.
for 3 years.
That's a little bit different than what my understanding.
And you remember, I mean, we specifically talked about the housing element. At the end of that 3 years, it's gone, right? It'll get reallocated elsewhere in the city.
Right.
And I think, I recall that the office allocation also gone, or not?
I'm sorry.
Would we have to take, if after 3 years we don't get anything, there's no project that's approved, would we have to take action to
Yes,
withdraw the?
we would bring back a general plan amendment to remove the office and bring back the heights to
Remember,
the original heights.
There's also
Yes.
340 or
389?
389
housing units
units,
that we
we
have
would
to
take those out, so
Yeah.
all of that, and find another site. Yeah, there'd be several actions that would have to be taken.
Okay.
As cleanup, okay.